Thank you. For more than 30 years, I was walking through life with a smile on my face. In good times and in bad times. Until that one moment. I was having a session with a coach and she asked me, Chantal, how are you doing? And I said, well, fine. And she started asking further questions. And she kept probing and probing. And at a certain point, I felt a bit uncomfortable. But I thought, well, just keep on talking and you'll be fine. And then she said it. That one thing that turned my afternoon upside down and that had a big impact on my life. Chantal, you keep smiling all the time. Yeah, so, and it's a good thing, isn't it? Chantal, you even smile when you do not like something. If you always smile at anything, I don't know whether you mean it or not, and it seems fake to me. Boom. Okay, that hit me just right in the heart. Because if there's something I am allergic to, it is people being fake. And there was I. And I was thinking, how could you say that to me? You don't even know me that well. But it got me thinking. If I am not perceived as authentic, then how can I become authentic? And why do I smile even though I'm feeling uncomfortable? And I realized that I wanted people to like me. And it reminded me of a tweet I posted a long time ago. Sometimes I feel like a golden retriever, cheerfully wagging my tail and wanting to make everybody happy. So back then I already felt that way. But this was it. I am a golden retriever doing anything for that one pat on the head. But doesn't everybody want a pat on the head every now and then? Yes, we all do. Because it's one of our most important needs. Back in prehistoric times, when we lived in groups, and you were not valued by the group, you were excluded. Dead meat. Nowadays, when we grow up, we learn that certain behavior pays off. It gives you a sense of admiration, love, appreciation. And apparently, I have had great success with the smiling part. Others have it with being funny or having a strong opinion. And in principle, it's fine. But it becomes difficult when you're holding on to that strategy so rigidly that it becomes your survival mode and that you start operating on autopilot. And that was happening to me. Professionally, I wanted recognition. Socially, I wanted appreciation. When I got it, I was on top of the world. If not, I started doubting myself. Okay, so I was effectively becoming my golden retriever's toy. No way. I wanted to get rid of that golden retriever as soon as possible. I almost started to hate her. So I began throwing bones as far as possible, hoping that she could go chewing those tasty bones and stay away. But what happened? It's a golden retriever. So she came back to me running with a bone in her mouth, happily wagging and jumping on me. And I thought, okay, what did I do wrong? Well, I was aware of my golden retriever. And doesn't all learning start with awareness? But what I forgot for a moment is that the golden retriever is a part of my personality, a part of me, just like other sub-personalities, like the dreamer or the perfectionist. So if I was going to fight against that golden retriever, I was fighting against myself. The result, lower self-esteem, needing even more approval from the people around me. Hello, golden retriever. So I had to focus more on myself. So what did I do? I started reading books about self-confidence, and I started talking to people and reflecting a bit. But the real solution didn't come from a book. It came on an ordinary evening. And I was sitting on the couch. My 2-year-old son was sleeping, and my partner was out having dinner. And I was staring in the distance. And at a certain point, I felt that I could see myself from a distance. I can observe myself from a distance through the eyes of a loving grandmother. And what she saw was just a little girl, so keen on doing the right things out of love for her parents, for her family, for her friends, for her colleagues. But sometimes it got too much for her, too much in her head, and she felt cornered. As a result, she was either being harder on people than intended, or she completely shut down. But although she stumbled and she made mistakes, it all came from a loving heart and good intentions. And that was the first time I connected with myself again. And it was the first time I felt valuable. Which reminded me of a scene of Bridget Jones' Diary. I really love romantic comedies. And there's the stiff upper lip, Mr. Darcy. And he says to Bridget Jones, the clumsy one, two really opposites, "I like you very much, just as you are." And I translated it to a message for myself with 3 words. You are enough. You don't have to fight your existence. You already exist. You're already worth living. Okay. So I looked my golden retriever in the eyes and I said, "Thank you for all those years lovingly and passionate protection. I really appreciate it, but I can now stand on my own feet. So you don't have to jump on me. Please lay down in your basket behind me, just like a loving parent who lets go of his child, but will always be there for support." And it gave me an enormous feeling of freedom. And step by step, my self-confidence grew. And I was able to focus on the things that really mattered, my values and my dreams. And I was able to focus in communication on the other person, not taking the appreciation, but giving the sincere attention. And this is what I want to bring in the world. Kind-hearted honesty. So look your golden retriever in the eye, or maybe you have a chest-beating gorilla or another animal. but it brings you back to your authentic self. And it makes you able to connect in a real, open and honest way. And that's the way of connecting that brings people closer together. And that is what the world needs now more than ever. Thank you.